Yeah, I mean, we're excited to be here. We've worked hard to put ourselves in this position to, win the MAC and then go to regional, and this is a great regional. We're excited to be here. I've never personally been here before, and to Oklahoma, and I was looking forward to coming out here. And we got out and we got some swings and some ground balls. The facility is immaculate, and we can't wait for the atmosphere. We're looking forward to it.
Questions?
Eric, my name is Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald. Heard, could you kind of share your path here? How did you get here to Niagara?
Personally?
Yeah, how did that happen?
It's been a long route with a lot of stops. Yeah, it's my fourth school I've played at, 2 JUCOs, a couple club ball stops in there on the way, but we all ended up here, and that's what's important right now. So I'm just focused on that.
Zach, you're in your 5th year now here. Just kind of talk about your journey as a team and then kind of how you've seen the program grow over the last 5 years.
So as a freshman, that was COVID year, and I remember getting it shut down on a plane ride to Pittsburgh. And I think we had a pretty special team at that point. Like, we were really excited. Everything looked great, and then the world stopped. And then sophomore year was a weird one. Doubleheader Saturday, Sunday, conference only. Junior year was one of the weirdest years I've ever been a part of. We're 2-22 at one point, and then the Perps got hot. Made it to the postseason, made some noise there. Played the Grim Reaper for a little while, and then last year, my senior year, going off of that year, a lot of us were really excited, and things just didn't pan out when we got to the conference tournament. And now this year, it being my last year, I've just kind of focused on, having as much fun as I could have in my last year and enjoying the time that I have left. And I think a lot of guys have found that same passion for the game, and it's really worked out. Everyone has had the same drive this year, and it's been a real fun ride, and it's worked out well. So,
Expecting pretty decent crowds this weekend. A lot of those folks just haven't seen Niagara, haven't played against, right, and so don't really know what to expect. What's the personality of this team? What those folks that haven't seen you, how would you describe your team? Maybe you could start with Eric.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the Cowboys fans out there are probably not expecting too much pushback on their first-round matchup, but the benefit of having never been seen playing is that they don't know what they're up against in any manner, really, except for what they can see online and on Synergy. So I think we have that element on our side, and I think they're going to see a baseball club with a lot of guys who have played a lot of years at a lot of different stops that have a lot of experience, and that's the kind of stuff that matters when it comes to postseason baseball. So I think it's going to be a good fight, and the better team is going to come out on top.
yeah, to add to that, I think we just have a very cohesive team where everyone is playing for the guy next to them. If things kind of go sideways for one guy, no one's too worried. It's the next guy up, whether it be arms coming out of the bullpen or guys at the plate. If things just kind of don't work out, it's next pitch, next guy. And I think everyone having everyone's back has been huge for the way this team's operated this year.
Yeah, I would say resiliency. We don't get too high or too low. We don't. The highs are great, and we enjoy them, and we're super excited to be here. But we also understand that we've got baseball to play, and we've got to keep our heads. And then the lows, the lows are the lows, and we get past them pretty quick. And so I think that was the story with the conference tournament, is just our resiliency. And when we get down, we're not out, and when we get up, we know there's a lot of baseball to play. And so it's just a really resilient team. It's a fun team to be around. We'll have a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of fun playing baseball and just a lot of excitement.
You guys have coached over the years. You have kind of different teams have different personalities, and each one kind of fits in. Even though you have overlapping players, from year to year, the teams have their own different personalities. You win the league this year in the regular season. You win the conference tournament. What is it that you're going to remember most about this specific group?
I think the way, sort of on what I just said, was the way we win. The thing that I've been most impressed about with this club is, some years you have a great offensive team, and it puts a lot of pressure. It takes pressure off your pitching and defense, but also if you don't pitch and play defense, it puts a lot of pressure on your offense, and so on and so forth. The one thing that this team has been really good at is finding different ways to win based on who. We might not pitch and we hit, and we might not hit, but we pitch, and so I think to me that's the most memorable part of this team is, even to my own surprise, like we'll sit there and we gave up a 5-spot or a 4-spot in the championship game to Fairfield, and we were down by 2, and as the adult in the room, I'm like, oh man, this isn't great. And they don't care. The kids don't care. I'm the one that cares. So the kids, they're phenomenal competitors and they're phenomenal people. And, like Eric said, they've got a lot of experience being in these same situations, and I think that's what matters most. And so we just keep playing ball and keep getting good pitches to hit and keep making pitches. And I think that, to me, is the most memorable part because of how, just how we've found different ways to get the same job done, which is how you win 38 games.
You get more worried than we do.
Yeah, I make mound visits sometimes because I can't do anything in the dugout, so he calms me down out there.
Yeah. The actual this weekend itself, when you see Oklahoma State, on film and everything, what is it that you see? What jumps out to you?
I mean, all three of these clubs are outstanding ball clubs, and so the one thing Oklahoma State, they're good in all phases. So it's going to be a tough challenge, but the message that I have for the guys is that it's no different than what we do every day. And then if we make it different, then it's going to be worse for us. So we have to focus on what we do. To be honest with you, obviously the talent level that they have, that Oklahoma State has, is very, very solid, but it's not going to get any better for us to focus on that. It's only going to be worse. So we're going to focus on what we do well. We're going to try to play our game, and that's our best chance there. So, obviously we look around these three teams and they're impressive in all phases. It's actually really exciting because we're excited to play our brand of baseball up against theirs and see what happens.
What do you guys draw upon just in terms of the crowd that you'll see, the hostile crowd? I mean, anything from this season or earlier in your careers that you guys can fall back on and say, hey, we experienced that, so now we're ready for this?
Yeah, I mean, we not necessarily the crowd, but we've got Power Five wins. Virginia was 12-17. In 2020, we beat Florida State on opening night of 2020. They had 5,000-6,000 fans there. There's some holdovers from that team on this team. We beat Oregon at Oregon last year in a midweek game. We split with JMU, it was 18th in RPI. So the quality of the opponent isn't going to be as much of a factor as the crowd. But I think, when you come from where we come from and you play, the small to mid-major Division I baseball and you don't have it, it's not intimidating. It's crazy. It's remarkable, but it's not going to affect us. It's, because when we step between the white lines, the bases are 90 feet, the mound's 60 feet 6 inches, and this park is very similar to the dimensions of our park at home. So it's not gonna. I don't expect the crowd to be a factor, to be honest with you.
For the players, what has the last week kind of been like from you, from winning Max to the selection show to traveling here? Just kind of talk about that whole journey the last week.
I mean, it's been a lot of fun. Not much else to say besides it than that. It's the hardest thing I think has been balancing the feeling of celebration and the enjoyability of that with knowing that there's still work to do and that we have to come out here and take care of business in the regional. So we're just trying to take it all in and be where our feet are and really enjoy that process while also maintaining clear eyes, clear head, knowing that we got work to do this weekend.
Yeah, I don't really think it kind of sunk in until we got here. For some guys, it took longer. They were stuck in Denver, but it didn't really kind of sink in. Everything kind of happened really quickly after the tournament. It was awesome. It was fun, and I mean, it's going to be a feeling I'll never forget. But getting back to Niagara, and it was, hey, congratulations, bumps and bruises, go see Muns, practice plan to follow, and it was still just take it in, enjoy it. You earned it, but realize that, hey, we're not done yet. We still got baseball to play. Still carry yourself the way you've been carrying yourself all season, and enjoy what you can enjoy, but keep working. So it's going to be fun regardless, though.
Yeah, I think the silver lining too of the situation is that when you're in a situation like that, that's a little bit surreal, where you are just trying to take it in, is also happens to be the best frame of mind that baseball is best played in. Being present and absorbing the moment like that is when you're going to play your best baseball. So I think for a program like this, where it's the first time they've won the conference and going to the regional, we're never going to be more present than we are right now, and that's a dangerous place to be when you're on the other side of it.